Folks, Rand Paul is on his post-plagiarism tour, but he is certainly not on his truth-telling tour. There's a whole lot of goodness in this speech of his that he gave to the Charleston meeting, but let's play a segment. I will stop it as we go through because he tells some non-truths, some lies, and then just some stupid stuff. But it is all wrapped up in this libertarian freedom of choice ideology. And this reminds me of what Matt DiGeronimo was saying. Like, you don't trust people to save their own money for retirement? Now, of course, he says this, in the case of Matt DiGeronimo, in the face of reams of data that show that no, people cannot save for their own retirements. Now, part of that may be they may not have enough money. Part of it is they just, when they're hit with something, they just don't have the financial savvy to save, whatever. Okay, people are weak. They don't necessarily know how much money they need to save for retirement. People always underestimate it. Here is Rand Paul sort of carrying that same sort of ideology forward.
This isn't a question of some people being canceled. Everyone will eventually be canceled because insurance companies, the policies become more expensive over time. That change causes it to be ineligible for the grandfather rule, and you will be canceled. This
okay.
Is going to
There's not going to be, the policies that are going to be canceled are being canceled by the insurance companies now. But also remember that about less than 17% of people have their insurance policies in the private market, in the individual market, for more than 2 years. Insurance companies cancel these policies all the time.
happen to the employer policies also. Why? Because you're too stupid to take care of yourselves. The president thinks that you're not smart enough to make any decisions. And really, this is not about health care. It's about freedom of choice.
Here he is saying that we're going to have employers are going to rescind their programs, and that this isn't about freedom of choice. I mean, the evidence is in, folks. 50% of medical bankruptcies, which constitute 50% of all bankruptcies, come by happen to people who have health insurance. So clearly, they don't know what's in those policies. They didn't know that insurance companies could cap how much money they will pay out in a year or over a lifetime of a policy, or that they could rescind them. People just don't know. And you're not stupid if you cannot work your way through the Byzantine world of insurance contracts. You're typical. Continue.
What comes after health care? Somebody might someday say, we're going to ban the big gulp. How would that be? Oh, that's right, they already did that, sorry. But what's next? We got health care, we got the big gulp. I mean, you name it, they're coming after your donuts. Did you hear they're coming after the trans fat in your donuts? So I mentioned this today, and unfortunately my wife tells me I should count to 10 before I speak sometimes, but I couldn't help. The FDA has banned, unilaterally, some unelected bureaucrat has banned trans fats. And so I said we need to line every one of them up. I want to see how skinny or how fat the FDA agents are.
All right. This guy's such a moron. They have unilaterally banned trans fats. Now, is it because you're stupid? Do you know what a trans fat is? Do you know what it does to you? You know what they also have unilaterally banned in food? Lead. You can't have lead in candy. What trans fats do is they increase blood levels of the bad cholesterol, and the low-density lipoprotein. High levels of LDL increase one's risk of coronary heart disease, including angina, heart attacks, and other potentially fatal problems. Researchers also believe that trans fats reduce blood levels of high-density lipoprotein. Did you know that, or are you stupid? Are you too stupid to know that trans fats reduce the blood levels of high-density lipoprotein? And are you too stupid to know they're being used in foods? That it's like eating plastic?
You should
Are
count
you
to
too stupid to know that this is probably projected to save 20,000 lives?
So now you're telling me I shouldn't be able to eat plastic?
should count-
Wait, you're telling me that a bureaucrat can make the unilateral decision to not let people eat plastic, saving 20,000 lives? What are we paying these people for?
count to 10 here, Rand. Count to 10.
And also, are you too stupid to know that Krispy Kremes made in New York City are made without trans fats? That the cronut, which I hear, although I haven't had a chance to enjoy one, is also apparently very enjoyable. Are you too stupid to know there's no trans fats in that? This is what's wrong with libertarians. We all have to be molecular biologists. And we have to know every ingredient, even though we can't have the government mandate labels on these things that's in these food. We have to be able to taste the existence of trans fats. And then take our PhD and determine what the implications of it are. Take our own blood, measure our own cholesterol, or just go down to Joe's cholesterol measuring service that is unlicensed, right? Because we know how those bureaucrats hand out those licenses to doctors. This is what's just so ridiculous of them. But
Rand Paul doesn't.
I will say this. Rand Paul is smart enough to know that there's a bunch of morons out there complaining about the bureaucrats shutting down your ability to get trans fats. That's one thing he does know. There's enough morons out there. They're going to eat this up. I'm sure Adam Carolla somewhere is right now talking about how offended he is by this.